Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the 2021 AWS Summit. I'm Scott Coughlin and I'm your room host today. We just have a few housekeeping announcements before we get going. Our emergency exits today are right behind the stage, and if those are blocked, we can go through the back doors and to the right or left. The nearest restrooms are out the door and to the right. There's also ones out the door and to the left. Please remember to silence your mobile devices, and we're required to keep our masks on for the entire presentation today. If you haven't already done so, I recommend you download the AWS Events app from the App Store. You can also use the QR code that's on the program to download that. Please share your feedback with this and all the sessions. There'll be a QR code on the screen afterwards to take you right to the feedback for this one. The AWS session you're going to see today, this breakout session, is being recorded, and you will have it made available to you after the event. Today's session is Transforming Your Contact Center with Amazon Connect. Please welcome Tim Gabriel and Donald Rich to the stage.
All right, welcome everybody to the DC Summit and to this session on Amazon Connect. So excited to have everybody out here in person for this session. How many people out there have utilized Amazon Connect or have tried it out? Raise a hand. Awesome. So we got a couple people out there who have used it, some newer people. So my name is Tim Gabriel. I'm a Senior Solutions Architect Specialist for Amazon Connect. And I'm joined here today by my good friend and colleague, Donald Rich. And together, we're part of a team that help our public sector organizations build and modernize contact centers using Amazon Connect. And the reason we do that is we want to help our customers build better customer experiences for your end customers, your citizens, your residents, your constituents, those who your mission supports. And so we'll talk today a little bit about how you can transform your contact center. Now, before we get started, I do want to let you know that we do have a couple other sessions during the summit. We've got a session around building artificial intelligent chatbots and adding that into your contact center. And then tomorrow we have another session around leveraging machine learning and adding that into your contact center to optimize and monitor your contact center. So if you're interested in diving deeper, please join us for those sessions. So for today's session, we're going to talk a little bit about the common challenges that we've heard from our customers. And these challenges aren't new. These are some of the same challenges that frustrated Amazon over a decade ago when we were facing enormous growth. We're going to look at how Amazon Connect can help solve those challenges. And then we'll look at some customer success stories who have implemented Amazon Connect and were able to not only save on cost, but also able to optimize their contact center experience. Then we're going to dive deeper into some of the more recent features that have come out to really help you build transformational experiences for your customers. And then we'll leave some time at the end for any questions you might have. So with that, let's get started. I'm going to hand it off to Donald to kick us off. Donald?
Thank you very much, Tim. It's a pleasure as a longtime friend and colleague to share the stage with Tim, but it's an honor to be in front of everybody here today. I want to thank you personally for taking the time to come and spend some time with Tim and myself and really kind of learn a little bit about Amazon Connect, a product that he and I are both very passionate about. To start us off, I really wanted to share some of the more common questions that we hear from organizations such as yourself when we talk about our contact centers and just the overall customer experience in general. Every day, our customers and our constituents are beginning to become more and more demanding on what we do and offer to them, right? So more specifically, they're looking for flawless customer experiences. And we're being asked to do more with less. But how do we actually do that? How do we do more with less, right? How do we innovate on the customer experience while reducing our cost of our contact centers? How do we prioritize innovation over ensuring that the system remain reliable and stable without having to introduce high availability costly systems, as well as adding additional headcount? So these things may come into regard, and maybe you're looking to increase your customer satisfaction scores. They also may have different situations where you might be looking to implement artificial intelligence and machine learning in a meaningful way into your contact center. Maybe you're looking to go ahead and implement new concepts and newer technologies that Tim referred to a moment ago, where you're able to go ahead and do that without the large upfront costs typically associated with these technologies. Do any of these resonate with you guys in your organizations? Maybe the priorities that you have? Yeah. So with this, right, there are a number of reasons why these challenges have historically been difficult, right? Typically, in these situations, you have multiple vendors that are all governed by different licensing, different hardware, different storage and capacity restraints, and things of that nature. We'd like to discuss a little bit about some of those challenges that kind of came up. Now, the notion of the contact center has definitely evolved, right? And so have the expectations of our customers. So the contact center of the future, right, is no longer a collection of disparate point solutions to take a voice call or a chat message, right? But now it's not even an application any longer that actually consolidates those technologies. It has rather morphed into more of a platform where we can actually integrate into your enterprise applications and or your system of records. The contact center of the future essentially makes this easy to take customer data, leverage that information in real time, and then contextualize and personalize your customer experience. Additionally, self-service offerings have also matured. Things like our Amazon Lex chatbots and how we integrate those with Amazon Connect. These things offer the ability for our customers to solve the majority of their problems on their own, right? Through virtual contact center assistance. Now, this is really important because essentially contact centers have now become a point of escalation, right? As customers, again, can handle a lot of their information on their own, when those escalations occur, we're saving those human contacts from more of those complex interactions and discussions. Customers continuously look for opportunities for minimal effort and low friction opportunities. Some of these challenges up here that you're going to see are things like expensive legacy solutions, challenging vendor relationships, the inability to scale up and down. It's a huge thing, especially with peak volume workloads. Painful frequent outages, unable to access powerful AI information, and complex and enterprise integrations. So these challenges aren't new, and we definitely felt them ourselves, right? So what did we do? We went ahead and we built this ourselves as an internal tool. Those challenges are some things that we felt here at Amazon as we started to see some enormous growth in our retail space. And we wanted to ensure that we had the right tool to make sure we maintained our focus as the Earth's most customer-centric company. And like I said, we built that tool ourselves. Using our tools and knowledge, we built an easy-to-use, intuitive system that enables our Amazon customer service associates to service millions of customers around the world in dozens of different languages in contact centers in 32 different countries. It provided us a way where our agents were able to go ahead and utilize the system without having to worry about navigating through complex systems and really focus in on their attention to the customer. And for their supervisors and managers, it gave us a simple tool where they could actually take a look and manage their staff and the business. As I said, Amazon Connect is a simple cloud-based contact center as a service that we brought to market in March of 2017. And we did this because we wanted to enable businesses and organizations such as yourself to really deliver that exceptional omni-channel customer experience that is, of course, natural, dynamic, and personalized. So Amazon Connect includes all the standard functionality a contact center operations team have come to really expect. Things like skill-based routing, right? Skill-based routing is really, really important because it allows us to ensure that we get to the right customer, to the right agent at the right time. The efficiency is really important because speed in business really matters. And how we deliver our information to our constituent is absolutely important. Again, I stated earlier that we are omni-channel feature functionality. Things like voice and chat interactions have the ability to be recorded, and then that way, with recording them, we're able to monitor and improve on that agent quality. All of the common reports and analytics that you would come to expect are also available. Items such as service levels, handle times, agent performance, and much more. And finally, we offer high quality voice capabilities as well. Now, it certainly doesn't stop there. I'm excited when Tim comes back up here in a few minutes. We're going to talk about some of the newer technologies that we can utilize and integrate within Amazon Connect to really build in a new and full customer experience. So let's talk a little bit about Amazon Connect and the pricing model. Amazon Connect is a truly pay-as-you-go model. We deliver a complete contact center at a fraction of the cost of traditional contact centers. You can instantly scale up and down without the need of worrying about additional telephony charges, hardware, space, capacity, things of that nature. Like all of our AWS services, pricing is pay-as-you-go, and therefore there's no required long-term commitments or contracts, no activation fees, and no monthly minimum spends. And since the beginning, we've actually been a disruptor in this space, and we were actually been charging on a per-minute charge. And we've also launched per-second pricing as well for telephony that allows additional savings for our customers. Now, beyond the hard costs that we just talked about, right? Our Forrester Research Group actually estimated the efficiency on customer satisfaction scores and the benefits that our customers were receiving as we leveraged Amazon Connect and the innovative capabilities that we bring along with it. Now, these benefits, they're being achieved with Amazon Connect directly translate into improvements to our customers. You'll see that we have things like reduced training by almost a week, shortened up average handle times by 15%, even reduced system administration effort by 60%. So these are significant impacts to just the way we do business and we handle the information to our constituents. Now, you also see that there was a 241% return on investment. That's huge. I'm going to pause there for a moment, let that kind of sink in. 241%. It's amazing. Now, with that, right, a lot of these things are also realized via integrations of FAQ chatbots, self-servicing chatbots, again, allowing our constituents and our customers to really self-service what they need and have an immediate resolution to what they're looking for. Again, reserving that human interaction for the more complex and more difficult situations. Now, to really illustrate that story, I wanted to stop here and I wanted to share a little bit here. Deputy General Benny Chaco from the Internal Service Department, Benny actually told us a story when we implemented Amazon Connect and we put together some IA capabilities with chatbots and things of that nature, putting in FAQs and self-servicing functionality. When this started, LA County was receiving hold times of almost an hour. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but who wants to call and hold for almost an hour on the phone? You'll notice here that after we actually implemented some of those AI capabilities, we reduced that hold time from 45 and 50 minutes down to 3.5 minutes. Also, being able to bring in things like contact lens, where we are able to get deeper insights. We also have sentiment analysis. And Benny goes on to say essentially that we got real-time feedback on whether the customer was happy, frustrated, or angry. Now, this is a great quote, an amazing story. It brings to life the information that we said on the previous slide, but let's talk about statistics here. What that translated to, ladies and gentlemen, was a peak hold time reduction of 90%. And because people were no longer waiting on hold all of that time, that translated into a cost savings for them of up to 60%. And because you were actually able to utilize things like the FAQ chatbots and the self-serving functionality, you can see that the volume actually was a reduction of 17%. So huge savings and huge numbers here. Similarly, Johns Creek had a situation where they came to Amazon and they asked us if we could help them build a custom Amazon Connect instance utilizing Amazon Lex for the chatbots as well as Poly to go ahead and build that automated workflow. They were struggling with calls from both during hours and after hours, and they wanted to automate that process. Once we were able to go ahead and put that solution together, and the customers, the residents and citizens had an easy way to navigate through that system, they actually showed a reduction of after-hours voicemails by 90%. The receptionist actually dropped down by 60%, and it showed that they were able to actually provide that information up to 2 times faster to their citizens. Nick O'Day, City of Johns Creek Chief Data Officer, went on record saying, Amazon Connect's open platform, we've been able to seamlessly leverage quite a few AWS services to make the overall customer experience better. Now, these are fantastic stories, and they were done with new technologies and Amazon Connect and how we integrate into the entire picture for the customer experience. So at this time, I'd like to bring back my good friend and colleague, Mr. Tim Gabriel, Senior Solution Architect, to dive a little deeper into those technologies.
All right, thank you, Donald. So Donald shared with us some of the ways that Amazon Connect can help solve those major challenges in your contact center. But at Amazon, we're constantly innovating on behalf of our customers. We use your feedback to build better services and better features. In fact, 90% of what we build is based off of customer feedback from customers just like you. And so we heard from customers that it can be challenging to capture the performance of their contact center, to be able to train agents and to empower them. And so last year, we introduced 5 major features to Amazon Connect. And these features really help empower your agents and make them more productive. All of these solutions were made possible because we included machine learning from the beginning into Amazon Connect. Let's take a look at how some of these solutions can be integrated into your contact center. So to illustrate this, I'm going to walk you through a call routing through your contact center through the lens of an agent. Now, one of my first jobs was as an agent taking calls from customers looking to get connected to dial-up internet. And like any contact center, we had our fair share of challenges. We didn't have a good way of looking up solutions for our customers. We had manual processes that we had to go through to be able to reset passwords, verifying information, sensitive information. We didn't have a good view of that caller as they came into our contact center. And we had a lot of other work that takes place in the contact center, such as escalations. For my escalation process, I had to write down on a piece of paper what the problem was, hand deliver that over to a desk, and then hope it didn't get lost. And if a caller was frustrated or upset, I had to put that caller on hold, walk over to a supervisor, find one first, give them the explanation of what the problem was in order for them to provide any type of assistance. So these 5 new features are going to assist with some of those challenges. Before the call even is delivered to an agent, Amazon Connect is working hard to save both time and money by automating the customer experience through self-service automation, using things like natural language chatbots through both voice and chat channels. But we know that not every interaction can be automated. And so for those instances where a caller needs to talk with an agent, we have powerful skills-based routing to get the caller to the right agent, the best available agent to solve their problem. Now, one of the things I mentioned was having to manually verify our customers to do things like password resets. And that includes asking questions like, what's your date of birth? Or what's your social security number? With Amazon Connect Voice ID, we can provide real-time authentication using machine learning to verify genuine customers based off of the characteristics of their voice, things like tone or pitch. Now we can provide a degree of certainty that that is our caller. And this helps make your contact center not only more efficient, but more secure. Agents no longer need to ask sensitive information. And we can do this authentication in as little as 10 seconds of customer audio. Amazon Connect Customer Profiles brings in customer information from multiple applications into a single unified view of that caller. As our call's routing through, we can look up caller information from external sources. And now we can use that information to route that call based off of status, such as VIP status, or perhaps the number of times that this caller has called in the recent history. And when the caller is connected to an agent, all the information about that caller will be surfaced to the agent so they have all the information they need to assist that caller. That includes things like caller history or case history, details pulled from third-party services such as Salesforce, or perhaps you have a homegrown application that you're storing information. We'll also pull all the information from Amazon Connect's contact detail records, things like the number of calls and the hold times that this customer has faced. Now, agents can stop searching for customer information across multiple applications or tabbing between multiple browser tabs and have all that information in front of them. So I mentioned as an agent, it was difficult if a customer was frustrated, or perhaps if an agent didn't have all the right information and had long silences on the call. When we first introduced Contact Lens for Amazon Connect, customers could analyze all their customer calls for things like sentiment, for compliance, for different trends, as well as potential issues like silence duration. And that was great for all of their calls once the call's completed. But customers asked us to have that information while the call was in progress so they could provide proactive help to their agents. With real-time contact lens for Amazon Connect, supervisors can now get alerted to potential issues. They can see the entire transcript of the call. They can also see the sentiment of the call as it's progressed. And now they're able to provide proactive assistance to their agent. And this makes a better experience, not just for your agents, but for the customer. Now they're able to provide that assistance so that their agents can help. So I wanted to share with you a view of what Contact Lens looks like. Now, this is a post-call analysis of a contact. And what you'll see is up at the top, there's a couple graphs there. The first graph is the customer sentiment over the course of the call. In this case, it started out as a negative sentiment. And as the call progressed, it went positive. The next one over is the customer sentiment over the course of the call from a percentage-based. So we can see how much of the call was positive, how much was negative, or how much was neutral. And then the last graph you'll see over there is talk time. So we can see things like silence duration. Right below that are categories. So we can use Contact Lens to create various rules to look for keywords using natural language understanding. And we can categorize these calls so that we can search for them based off of the category. Right below that, you'll see the call recording. And this shows not only the audio levels, but also the sentiment for each turn of the call. And then down below, you get the entire transcript of that call, as well as the sentiment for each turn of that conversation, so that you only need to go through the relevant portions of that particular call. These metrics provide great insight to your contact center, and these same statistics are available as real time so that your supervisors can assist. The other great thing about this is all of this data is available to you. It's placed in your S3 bucket in your account in a standard format so that you can use it and analyze it external to Amazon Connect if you so choose. Okay, so our call is connected, our agent's talking with our caller, and it's great to be able to monitor for any potential issues, but we really want our agents to be able to help our callers without any assistance. Amazon Connect Wisdom provides machine learning search for the agents to automatically bring together information from multiple knowledge repositories. Agents can now type in what they're looking for using natural language, not having to worry about which keywords will work and which ones won't, and be provided with recommended solutions for that caller. It uses pre-built connectors, such as Salesforce or ServiceNow, to pull in information. But what I find really interesting about this is the intersection between Amazon Connect Wisdom and Real-Time Contact Lens. With Real-Time Contact Lens, we can feed all of that information into Amazon Connect Wisdom. And just by the caller speaking, we can automatically present recommended solutions to the agent. So now they no longer even have to type in anything. Just by listening to the caller, we can help that agent and that customer. And that provides a much better experience for your end customer. All right, so let's talk about task. Now, anybody who's worked in a contact center knows it's not just voice and chats that an agent has to work on. There's a lot of other work that takes place in a contact center. And for all that other work, we created Amazon Connect Task. Now, I mentioned that one of the manual processes that I had were escalations. With Amazon Connect Task, I could have created a task that could be then assigned, tracked, and managed just like a voice or chat call to another agent or to another group of agents that specialize in that. We can also use tasks to do things like updating a customer profile or perhaps sending out an email with all the relevant information that caller had. And because Amazon Connect Task uses the same contact flows as voice or chat, we can automate task so that if an agent interaction isn't required, that task can be completed automatically. And all of this allows you to manage and monitor your task just like a voice or chat. You get all the metrics, all the statistics around those tasks. All right, so our call's completed, and we've been able to provide that exceptional customer experience using these 5 new innovations. They really do help empower your agent and make them more productive. All right, so it wouldn't be complete without talking about the rest of the AWS platform and the services that we offer. We have over 200 services that can help you innovate. With services like Pinpoint that allow you to send text messages to your customers. Or Lex, where you can integrate natural language chatbots into your contact center. Or QuickSight, to get a visualization of all the metrics that are coming out of your contact center. Amazon makes it easy to start integrating with these services and to really start innovating on behalf of your customers. Now, Donald talked a little bit about pricing, but I wanted to reiterate that Amazon Connect is truly pay for what you use. We don't have any seat licenses. We don't have any maintenance fees, long-term commitments, or minimum monthly fees. It's truly pay as you go. But we want to make it easier for you to get started. And so Amazon Connect is included as part of the free tier. And what that means for you is that for the first 12 months, you get 90 minutes of Amazon Connect usage, 30 minutes of inbound telephony, 30 minutes of outbound telephony, 500 chat messages, and 100 tasks per month for the first 12 months. It allows you to start to begin innovating in your contact center. And then when you're ready to move it to production, you only pay for what you use. Now, we're not here to just send you off to the free tier and have you go do it yourself. We have a lot of resources out there for you. We have professional services and a support team that are experts in contact centers and contact center migrations. We have programs and partners that can really help accelerate you through any phase of your migration journey. And if you're looking to learn from us about technology or just how we run our large-scale contact centers at Amazon, we have experts and training tools at the ready for you. Please reach out to your account teams, to your solution architects, through the website. Let us know how we can help you in your journey. So speaking of getting started, as far as resources, there are a ton out there for Amazon Connect. We have documentation that'll help you get started in deploying your contact center. We have a number of blog posts around contact center and Amazon Connect on any number of ways that you can innovate in your contact center. And we have a number of self-paced video labs that you can complete so that you get more familiar with Amazon Connect. And then once you've started, try out these new features. Try out customer profiles. Look at Wisdom and real-time contact lens so you can see how you can easily assist your agents. One last reminder, we do have a couple more sessions during the summit here to help you with Amazon Connect. Our first one is later today, and it's around building artificial intelligent chatbots and integrating those into your contact center. And then tomorrow, we have a session around leveraging machine learning using contact lens. You saw some of that today. If you're interested in diving deeper into either of these, please join us for those sessions. Lastly, I want to thank you all for coming and attending and allowing us to share our experience with Amazon Connect with you. Please reach out to us, reach out to your account teams if you need any help. We're here to help you. One last thing, don't forget to fill out your session survey. We want to know what went well, what could use improvement, and how to make these sessions better for you. Thank you all for your time, and I'd like to open it up for any questions that you might have. And for a link to the survey, you can scan that. Let us know how we can improve.
No question.
Anybody just getting started with Amazon Connect, ready to go out and start building their contact center? Oh, I think the mic's off.
able to hear me? Okay. So the Salesforce Service Cloud Voice that works with Amazon Connect, like, how does that licensing model works out? Like, is it with Salesforce or like is it with Amazon Connect? How does that thing work?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
So
Can you pull your mic up just a little bit?
Okay. The Salesforce Service Cloud Voice is working with Amazon Connect. So how those licensing, is it only with Salesforce or like you have out of the box integration you said like with Salesforce, like is it little different than the Service Cloud Voice? How is it?
I think I heard Service Cloud Voice and how does it integrate with?
Service Cloud Voice integrates with Amazon Connect underneath, like, so one, like how the licensing of that thing works, like is it anything to do with the Connect or like it is only with Salesforce? Second thing, you said like an out of the box integration with the Salesforce, like, so is it different than the Service Cloud Voice or is it the same thing?
Yeah, so Service Cloud Voice is built with Amazon Connect. It's sold by Salesforce for that Service Cloud Voice. It works a little bit differently than the CTI integration. That is all handled through Salesforce.
If I can help answer that question a little bit. So what it was, is there a licensing difference between Service Cloud Voice and Connect, I believe? And then was there, what was the second one? If there's any differences between the two?
Yeah, so you said like out of the box Connect to Salesforce, how is it different than that one?
Gotcha. So first, there's a couple different ways to consume Service Cloud Voice. Salesforce is the one that would interact with that for you to acquire that. But you can also procure Amazon Connect through there, to where your bill would be all through, realistically, Service Cloud Voice. There's also ability to bring your own Amazon. So you can take your own Amazon account and lay Service Cloud Voice on top of that, and that would allow you to have two different, that way you have full access to your Amazon account. Because the Amazon accounts that come with Service Cloud Voice are limited in scope to what services are allowed to run in there, based on because Salesforce has decided to do that, and they could help you answer that further for you. And what was the second one again? The CTI adapter versus Service Cloud Voice? CTI adapter, is a good thing to know about it, is a feature complete thing from Salesforce. They will not be adding to that into the future from what they have released. So they'll have like security fixes, maintain, make sure that it's stable. But they are looking to Service Cloud Voice as to be the replacement for that in the long run. So that's something that you may want to talk with Salesforce as well on what they may offer in the future for that. Is that helpful? Make sense? Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. What about anybody, as Tim was asking, anybody already using Amazon Connect? Some of the key differentiators that we find with things like voice and chat integrations, right, is the fact that you can utilize the exact same contact flow for both voice and chat. So you don't have to build separate integration points. You don't have to build separate contact flows. You can utilize one, build it once, and use it for both interactions as well. Any other questions? Yeah. I'm sorry, can we use the mic? We can't hear him.
Sorry, do you do the real-time transcription of the calls, like which comes in the console in Amazon Connect, like for agent coaching and stuff like that?
I believe I heard that is the real-time transcript available to in the UI console?
Yeah, for the agent to see.
For the agent to see. So the transcript, I don't think the agent's going to be able to see because essentially they have access to the CCP unless you create a different type of security profile that they have access to into the console. That transcript's going to essentially be available in the contact search.
You can actually also, if you make a custom desktop, you can put them inside there. It is manual, like something you have to have developers do, but it's not out of the box, like Donald was saying. So there is a way to do it, but there is a little bit more professional services involved to make that happen.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Andrew Zadico from Accenture. I want to first of all thank you for the presentation. And I did have a question regarding outbound dialing functionality. Specifically, can you explain a bit about how to implement or guidance for implementing outbound campaigns, outbound dialing functionality and features, et cetera, for different agencies?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways that you can do it. There's an outbound API that you can build your own solution to kind of make those outbound calls and create outbound campaigns. Also, I believe just in preview was released yesterday, the high output outbound calls. So if you're interested in that, sign up for that preview, and that'll give you another option for making those outbound calls.
Just wanted to echo, Tim, great presentation. In that call flow model, Steve Prowski from T-Tech, by the way, in that call flow model that you walked through, you mentioned Connect and a couple of other solutions or services. Can you kind of walk through that as compared to that pricing, the 0.018 and the task manager?
So I think you're asking about the other solutions and the pricing in those. Yeah, so all of the pricing is available on the web page. You can see what something like real-time contact lens or contact lens in general, task and wisdom, all of those different features that are added into Amazon Connect. All of that is available on the web page to see. They're all pay-as-you-go, so same as all the other AWS services in Amazon Connect. You're only going to pay for what you use.
Hello.
Hello.
We're using right now Atlassian for managing our tickets and stuff like that. Do you have integrations with Atlassian Service Desk?
So I don't know if there's one specifically for Atlassian. Jason, do you know? Yeah, so any type of back-end database or CRM that you're looking to integrate with, there are ways that you can, as long as it has an API that you can interface with, you can use Lambda to integrate inside the contact flow. Or within the call control panel, the agent desktop, you can create a custom desktop for your agents that would be able to pull information from that. Same with Wisdom, if you want to pull information from an external source like that, or customer profiles, there are customizations that you can use to bring that information in and present that to the agent.
Sorry, I came a little late to the presentation, so you might have covered already. But is the workforce management piece is part of the Connect, or like it's just how you route it to the agent and things like that? Like that workforce management aspect is built in Amazon Connect, or it's a separate product we need to integrate for that purpose?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
I believe I heard something about workforce, correct?
Workforce management, like is it there in Amazon Connect, or is some other product we need to integrate for workforce management?
Workforce integration. That's correct, right? You're looking for a workforce integration?
Yeah, workforce management is predominantly whether the agents are available out of the office, busy, lunch and all those things, and how much time they spend and blah blah, so all
I
of that
gotcha.
stuff. So.
So there's a number of different offerings that are available on the AWS Marketplace that we work with a number of different partners that have workforce availability that we're able to integrate with Amazon Connect. So Connect in itself does not have a workforce management tool natively, but again, we're able to integrate and again, utilizing partners and marketplace offerings. Does that answer the question? Awesome. Any other questions? Yeah.
Your voice ID, how many languages does that offer?
Voice identification?
Jason, do you know how many? Is it English only or? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to follow up with you.
Yeah, if we can get your information after the presentation, we'll definitely take that information and follow up with you.
And one follow-on question. When it comes to escalation trees and working in very complex escalation, is
Are you talking about like maybe like so maybe like redaction of PII and yeah, so Contact Lens does offer redaction of PII. We can take that from the audio as well as the transcription. You can definitely do that. Obviously, all of your data is your data, so it'll be stored in your S3 bucket. And of course, you can create different policies and life cycles for that. In regards to other, are you looking also for like other formats like a secure credit card or like a CGIS where certain individuals have different clearance to hear?
Certain aspects of the escalation has to be left down.
Gotcha, maybe like a record.
Yeah, so I mean, you could send them back into a contact flow. The agent could transfer into a contact flow to capture additional information, sensitive information, and you could encrypt that data while it's in the contact flow, and then send that off encrypted to be decrypted somewhere else to be processed. So that's something you could do.
And I'll make sure that we get your information so we can follow up on the other question. Any other questions? Yeah, absolutely.
Can you talk to a little bit about the FedRAMP capabilities within the platform?
That's you, Tim.
Yeah, so Amazon Connect is at FedRAMP Moderate in the standard regions. So it has the provisional ATO for moderate. The customer profiles, wisdom, and some of the newer features still need to go through that process. So if you're looking to use those to achieve FedRAMP, we'd want to understand what your timeline is so we can work with you to understand that. If you're looking for something like FedRAMP High, we do have our GovCloud region that can meet FedRAMP High. We have added Amazon Connect into that region. It's in the process of going through its authorization. But again, depending on your timeline, we'd like to work with you and understand that.
Thank you.
No more questions? Okay.
All right. We'll be available in the back if you do have any more questions. Thank you again.
Thank you.